Preeti Chaudhary is also now joining us for more on that. Preeti, if you could also this morning give us a sense of the topics and the issues that particularly will be raised by the opposition today. Preeti.
Well, the sheer fact that the moot point of the no confidence motion, Sneha, is Manipur. So yes, Manipur, you would hear a lot of speakers speak of Manipur because the United Opposition India Alliance has said they really had no choice but to move the no confidence motion because the Prime Minister till now has refused to speak when it comes down on the issue of Manipur. But it's interesting, and I want to bring in Rahul Srivastav, our National Affairs Editor, into this conversation. Rahul, let's just go back. The Prime Minister facing his second no confidence motion today, 2018. I remember, we did many bulletins where you were my guest. Same no confidence motion at that time, lot of similarities, but also lots of differences. At that point of time, the moot point Rafale, this time more emotive Manipur. Numbers, yes, the government has, but this is also a war of perception other than just numbers.
Shakespeare in Tempest has said that what's past is prologue. What's going to happen, the past prepares the ground for it. Narendra Modi, in his 2018 no confidence motion speech, had said that he will come back again. That was in July last time around. This time it's August, monsoon session, of course. You see, the difference this time around is that unlike Rafale, where Rahul Gandhi was chasing a different political line in which he was targeting the Prime Minister, this time Manipur is an issue. I think that's one very critical difference, that this time the approach seems to have changed. The splintering of opposition is not the same, though not a huge improvement from the last time around, because you still have that block of 63 odd MPs in Lok Sabha who may not go with the Congress because of their own differences at the state level. But the fact is that yet again there is an opportunity or an attempt by the opposition to set the perception. And that perception battle is the key. And remember, when we talk perception, the opposition trying to set it, remember, the government also has a similar opportunity, because it's not anybody but the Prime Minister eventually will be speaking. So he may lose some, but can also win some.
It's interesting, Sneha. Let's break it down. So you have a no confidence motion. It's the second for the Prime Minister. If 2018 no confidence motion in the monsoon session had set the narrative for the elections in 2019, this is going to do exactly that. However, as Rahul also pointed out here, what would be interesting to watch in terms of sheer numbers, of course, the NDA has a brute strength. On its own, the BJP can beat and, throw out the no confidence motion. It doesn't even need its allies. Forget about where the NDA comes into question. It's a battle of perception, definitely. It will set the narrative for 2024. When we do talk about similarities and differences with the no confidence motion in 2018 and then now in 2023, just 10 months before India goes into general elections, Rahul, I also want you to possibly touch upon the fact on the similarities and differences on the person who mooted it at that point of time and who's going to do it today. You had a Rahul Gandhi there, and the wink, the hug didn't quite go down well in terms of perception, what we spoke of, the perception battle. He seemed to have come out in 2018 a tad bit immature, a tad bit abrasive. Very different Rahul Gandhi has walked into the parliament this time, especially at the back of the Bharat Jodo Yatra of what he's done. So in terms of capital, political capital, he's picked up a bit over the years.
See, Priti, last time around it was moved by the TDP,
right,
which had walked out of the government. This time it is the Congress. I think this time around there is not just a more aggressive Rahul Gandhi. See, when we talk about Rahul Gandhi, I think last time around, if any people have watched those serials in olden days, those wonder years, I call that those were Rahul Gandhi's wonder years. I think definitely in the last 1.5 years, Rahul Gandhi has managed to dictate the political narrative as far as the opposition is concerned. The Bharat Jodo Yatra, people may scoff at it, but definitely did project Rahul Gandhi and also helped him shed that Pappu image, that constant barb that he had a disconnect with the people, didn't know what the country was all about. From there, Rahul Gandhi has come here. Second, July 18th, you had an opposition meeting where there was a grouping. For the first time in several years, there is an attempt by the opposition to create a cohesive narrative entity, that they may not go in for the high-hanging fruits like seat adjustments, having a prime ministerial candidate, but the idea is to create a footprint wider across the country as far as opposition concerned. And this time around, Rahul Gandhi is definitely trying to push the Congress ahead of the pack. Last time around, the Congress was a bigger entity, but this time around, there was a perception the Congress is lagging behind, not the principal opposition party. Others were trying to eat into the space. Arvind Kejriwal has hurt it. Mamata Banerjee has been very aggressive. But this is also an attempt by Rahul Gandhi to push the Congress up, push the Congress ahead of the opposition pack. I think several political maneuverings are going to come into play as far as this vote of confidence is concerned.
You know, what we're going to do is we're going to keep talking about the past and the present like Rahul just did. It would be interesting also to go back in history and speak a little bit on when was the first no confidence motion, what is the no confidence motion for all of those who are not too savvy with parliamentary convention and language. We're going to talk all about that. But when we are talking of Rahul Gandhi, he's going to kickstart the proceedings. He's going to be speaking, the first speaker at 12 noon is what we're given to understand.